Listen, first off, how old is you?
I'm 20 years old.
You in the college dorm?
No.
Oh shit. That space looks small as shit. Anyway, listen, I got a question for you. Would you consider yourself a feminist?
No.
Why?
Um, just because of what feminism has like turned out to be.
And what is it? What is it? What has it turned out to be now?
I see a lot of women that claim to be feminists that will be very hateful towards like men
Hmm?
and think that any sort of like masculine thing is bad and they'll like refuse to shave because they're like trying to be rebellious and stuff, and that's not at all what feminism is supposed to be. Feminism is not meant to be a superiority thing, it's meant to be an equality thing, saying that we are equal to men, and for women to put men down or other women down for not being the way that they think that feminine people should be or whatever they think, that's like the opposite of what feminism is supposed to be.
There you go. I'm glad to hear that because I would say feminism has turned into a men hating all men pretty much just for existing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm glad that you have those type of views. It seems like you're based for the most part. Now, what do you think about TikTok? I feel like TikTok is a big echo chamber of feminists.
I do get, well, I post a lot on TikTok, but
Okay.
um, there have been a few times where I've been uh, not had a good reaction to something that I posted on TikTok, just because I am like not a feminist. I'm a Republican white woman, and
Mm,
I'm a Christian.
mm.
So
Okay.
yeah, so for people that's like a big like I already know you want to attack me, but they just assume that. So anything that I post that has to do with like what I believe and like the things that I like to do or like what I think that things should happen, anytime I have an opinion, honestly, is negative. So they will go against what they think if what I'm saying is agreeing with them, but then like contradict themselves later on. And that happens quite a bit. Other than that, I do think that TikTok is a really good platform for people to like grow, as far as like there's a lot of opportunity on it.
Okay, so it seems like you've been attacked by the left side about your opinion. So like you seem like, I mean, I don't know you for the most part. Do you do you like thought culture? Do you like this promiscuous culture we live in, this hookup culture, this Tinder, this dating app culture?
Um, Honestly, I think that the point of people saying that like they people going out and saying like they're sleeping around or things like that, I think that's they're trying to empower themselves, and I think women are trying to empower themselves by like showing off their body. But honestly, I think what works better and what worked before the hookup culture and like the culture of like less is more for clothing, that worked out better because there was more, you had to people had to work harder to get to another person. It's so easy. And instead of empowering yourself, you're kind of just giving yourself away, in my
There you go.
opinion.
So
So
do you think that instead of it empowering them, you think it's kind of degrading them and sexualizing and objectifying their own bodies?
um you know, as much as I do think that it is very much sexualizing women in every way, I do think that it is their to each their own. You know, so if that's what you like, then that's what you like. But honestly, personally, if I was gonna go out and like have fun and stuff and dress a certain way, there's a way to dress nice and make yourself look presentable or like pleasing to the eye without making it look like you sleep around,
Slutty,
which
yeah.
yeah, which makes you kind of look
So
trashy.
because the thing that most men get frustrated about is a lot of women, they dress in a, very promiscuous way, and then they get mad when men look at them in that way,
Right.
and they only see them in that type of way because that's how they dress.
Right.
Because a lot of women say, "Oh, men sexualize women all the
Mm-hmm.
time," but it's a lot of times that woman
Right.
y'all actually do it to yourself. Oh,
Exactly. Yep.
okay. That's wow. That's actually pretty surprising. Not you see, there's not too many women that have your point of view. I'm saying your type of mindset. A lot of them don't really have accountability. Kind of sad.
Yeah, I think a lot of women just kind of, I don't know if it's an attention thing or just like a trend. Like I don't know. There's a lot of things that happen these days that seem to be only happening because it's a trend, and a lot of clothing trends, very ugly stuff. Like a lot of name brand high end stuff is pretty ugly, but people buy it anyway because somebody else has it and now it looks cool, but like in 2 years people are going to regret buying that $800 bag that looked like a garbage bag. Like I don't know.
That is true. So, do you believe that a woman's body count kind of, the higher it is, the more her value kind of deteriorates, as in like from a man's perspective? Like if I'm a man wanting to marry a woman or even just trying to have a girlfriend and she has a high body count, like me personally, and most men, I would say they don't like women with too much of a high body count. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And it's the same thing with I can't speak for all women because I don't really have the same mentality
Okay.
as you can. um as far as that goes, I think that it's pretty equal as far as like body count for men and women go, but I don't think it necessarily degrades a person. I think that anytime that you have that connection with somebody, that's a soul tie. And every time you sleep with somebody and then leave and then go to the next person, a part of yourself is missing. So when you find that person that you're meant to be with for the rest of your life, you're not able to give them 100% of yourself because there's bits and pieces of you in other people.
Yeah, so wouldn't that technically affect your ability to pair bond? Because there are scientific studies that say the more a woman sleeps around, and it affects us, it affects men and women differently.
Okay,
And I
yeah.
want you to realize that because we are two
Right.
different biological
Right.
human
And
beings, right?
it does say that in the Bible too.
So
That
with y'all, the more y'all sleep around with, like say like I don't know if you know who Lana Rhodes is. She's a she's an adult film star, whatever. She's really promiscuous and her body count is probably in the thousands. And she probably will want to get married one day. It's going to be really hard for her to get married because, like you said, she has so many soul ties and she has given herself up to so many different men. It's going to be hard for her to settle down with one man because she's had so many. So
right.
she's gonna want to go cheat instead of staying loyal and keeping her legs closed.
I think another part of it too is just making a connection with somebody and spending the rest of your life with somebody. That's a commitment. That's something that you have to make sure that you like. It's not going to be easy, and I think with hookup culture, people are used to as soon as something goes wrong, just leaving,
Yeah, I
and
agree.
so that's a big part of it too. I don't necessarily. I can't say that I don't think that the body count being high doesn't. I don't know
It does.
how
Trust me. Trust me. Just
I
look it up. There's studies on it. I'm not capping. Trust
and
me.
I don't. I'm not saying that I don't believe you. I'm saying that
It's a big contributing factor. Trust me.
it really I understand. Yeah, I know that it is. I just think that there's that the high body count is more than is it affects more than just like the loyalty of a person
Oh
and the
yeah.
commitment of a person.
Oh yeah.
It's internal, and it's like a it'll it'll create some battles within a person.
For sure.
And I'd rather not have to deal with that. So,
All right, so um, what is your body count? Now, don't take this personal. You know what I'm saying? Is it in the double digits or is it real low?
um, I don't want to say exactly, but it is very low.
So
Um,
can I guess one, two, three? It's not over 10.
I don't necessarily want to answer that question.
Why not? If you're not ashamed of it, just go ahead.
Um,
Are you ashamed of your body count?
no, I'm not. I just think that's a very personal question.
So it's below 10.
Yes.
Okay. So you want to get married one day?
Yes.
Okay. So now let me ask this question. Out of all those people that you slept with, was this hookups or these were you were in a committed relationship?
These were committed relationships.
So all right. Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, I thought it was just like maybe three boyfriends. You hook up with four different guys on Tinder, whatever. All right.
No, no, I could never. I can't get myself to do anything like that.
You could never.
I
Stop the cap.
the thought of like hookup culture, like hooking up with somebody, it just I don't know. I have to.
You like to
I
get to know somebody,
I yeah. I have
have
to
a
know the
connection.
person.
Are you sure about that? Stop the cap.
Do you believe in gender roles in a relationship?
I do believe that that God intended for there to be a specific way of like there's like men and women are built different. They have a different mentality, and with that being said, that they play a different role because that's what they can offer. That's what they can bring to the table.
Okay. So when you said that men and women are equal, you
Right.
think that so when you said, do you think a woman can do everything a man can do?
No. Um
So so what do you mean by equal then?
I when I say equal, I mean like in value.
In value?
There's
Explain that.
there's um in order to say that one gender is superior to the other, you would have to say that one is more valuable. But without the other on this earth, the other could not. Like there's no way that Earth would be able to
No,
go
that's
on with
that's
people,
true.
you know?
That's true.
Like we would die out. And I mean that's kind of like the different roles. They play a different part, but no role is less than the other because it's like apples to oranges. So you wouldn't say that the person that works in an Amazon warehouse packing the orders and the person that delivers the orders has more or less value than the other because in order for the person to get their package,
Okay, okay.
both.
I get that. But do you think that cuz a lot of women say, "Oh, I'm independent. I don't need a man, this and that. I can do all bad by myself." Do you really believe those women that say they're truly independent? Because when I see a woman that says they're independent, all I think is that she depends on a man. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that all that independent woman talk is what's going to end up making you be alone in your 30s and 40s.
I think that there are women that do get carried away with the whole independence thing, and I think a lot of that is like the feminist way of like thinking is like men are toxic. I don't need a man in my life. But when it comes to you can be independent as an individual,
Okay.
um, but if we're talking about like a relationship, like a marriage, there's no like I
When
couldn't
I
do I couldn't do this without you.
okay, well, not even just that. Like when I say independent, like they don't need men's help at all. Because a lot of these women say, "Oh, like we don't need men on the earth anymore. Like men don't do construction, all the construction jobs. 90% of males are in the construction, electrical jobs, plumbing, STEM. You know what I'm saying? STEM programs. have STEM degrees and STEM jobs. Like men are what keep this world running. Like I want you to look up this video. It's called Man versus Woman Survival. And it was a bunch of men and a bunch of women. They got put on this island, right? And they pretty much tried to see who could survive the greatest. Right. So in the men, they pretty much flourish. You know what I'm saying? The women, they struggled, they were arguing with each other, there's a bunch of drama, they were getting emotional, they were lazy. And it just goes to show you that we're truly technically not even equal. We're on two different, like every average man, even if he's scrawny, will be stronger than the average woman. That's facts. Those are just biological differences. Now, when it comes to society equal, like yes, there's no such thing as the pay gap, the wage gap. The wage gap has been debunked. It's literally illegal for a company or any type of corporation to pay a man or a woman less than a man. So I hope you know that.
I do. Um, I there are things that men are more physically capable of, yes, but as far as specific jobs go, I think that like I do know women that work construction. I know women that
But
do.
that's the thing. That's the thing. You may know women that do that, but it's a small percentage. And if every man moved to an island by themselves and just left women on this earth, it's going to be a GG.
And that's because women are used to being spoiled. And
Oh
I think
yeah, but do you think it's in a woman's biological imperative to even want to do jobs like that in the first place?
I mean
Construction, electrical, plumbing. Or
I
is it
mean
more y'all nature to be caring, submissive, docile, creative? Know what I'm saying?
as far as in our nature, yes, we do play that. That is the role that we're meant to play.
Okay.
I do think that
Yeah,
in the
exceptions don't make the rule, you know what I'm saying?
right, but I don't think that we live in a society anymore where we can pin a role on a specific person because I mean there even though women that work blue collar jobs are a minority, that's still growing every day, and there are men that are at home moms and
But
their wives, and I mean I know that is a minority. I know that that is not what is common. I know that's not what is
that's
like.
the thing. Y'all have to just accept that instead of complaining and saying, "Oh, women aren't in the STEM fields and stuff like that," it's a reason why it's not. It's a reason why they don't want to be in the STEM fields.
Is there um do
There's
you
a reason.
think do you think that women should have their place?
What you mean?
Like do you think that you believe that there's a role that a woman should play? Like they that there's a part that they should play or a way of life that they should live? Because if you want if you want to tell a woman that they are not capable of doing a man's job and that they're meant to be loving and caring and that they're meant to be homemakers, are you willing to be the full-time job and have your wife stay at home with the kids and be a homemaker?
Yes.
Okay.
You know what's crazy? It's crazy that you said that because most men want that. But the thing is, with westernized women and women in the United States, feminism has told them that being a homemaker, being a stay-at-home mom, being submissive, feminine, beautiful, and inspirational, that's a bad thing. So the problem is men are doing their gender role. They're providing for their wife. They're going to work, working long, extraneous hours, messing up their bodies, right? And the woman, they don't want to stay at home, take care of the kids, and fulfill their duty. So it's kind of like, what's the point of a man getting married and signing that legal contract? It's not just like, oh, I want to get married to you. You're my wife. No, I had to sign a contract to the government, and you can leave and take half my stuff. So it's just like,
I
what's
mean
the
there is a
point?
prenup.
Prenups can be broken. prenups can be broken. So it's almost like, what's the point of me doing my role as a man if these women don't want to do their role as a woman? So it's a shitty deal, because like it's a bad deal, bro. It's a
You
terrible
know,
deal.
if you want to find somebody that fits that role and you just trust that you're going to find that woman, you will. But that's not going to be every woman, and that's not going to work in every household. Not every couple wants to live that way. And as far as I do appreciate your point of view on wanting that life, that having the wife as the homemaker.
Oh, hold on. My camera turned off. Hold on. Look at your face. Oh hell no.
I was like, did this man really just skip me?
And you about to get tight. But listen, what I was saying, like I said, women, they can work in the STEM fields. I'm not saying a woman can't do what a man do. I just say we just do it better for the most part when it comes to physical things, and some in some fields, men are just they're just better. I'm not
They're
saying a
just
woman
built
can't do
that
it.
way. They're
Yeah,
built to do
we're,
that.
we're
Yes.
just built to, like, you know what I'm saying. That's just the deal with it, you know what I'm saying.
I
So
do think that there are a lot of men that want to be lazy and pampered, and there's a big difference in what men look like today than say like 10 years ago even.
but you know why? You know why it's like that? It's because it's like I said, it's feminism that kind of made these men soy. You know what I'm saying? Made them, emasculated them, you know what I'm saying? Because like you said, masculinity, masculine men, they get shamed.
Right.
I if I said what I said to the average woman or a feminist or something like that, they say like I'll be like misogynistic, I'm sexist. Oh, you think a woman should just stay at home, blah blah blah, do this. You know what I'm saying? You can't have views like this, are not popular. They're not mainstream. They're get canceled for saying stuff like this. So it's kind of hard for a man to go find a woman like that. It's like you said, there's not every woman's like that, and it's sad that thought culture has completely poisoned
I
a lot of
also
people.
do think that things are life is getting a lot more expensive, so not everybody can afford to have just the man working in the house. Um,
I would say that too. Yeah, I mean, you know, yeah, I feel like there needs to be a balance. So like me
right.
personally, you know what I'm saying, if my wife was working, I really wouldn't want that. Like if I could afford, like if my job can pay all the bills, there's no need for my wife to be working,
I
right?
appreciate that
So
mentality.
like if I have her out and stuff like that, and she's at the workplace, and I know how the workplace is, y'all be having work boyfriends and stuff. I'm not saying every woman, but y'all be having work boyfriends. You know, I ain't gonna lie, I used to be that guy. I used to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? They used to come to me, they have a boyfriend, they want to fuck with me. I'm like, okay, I do my thing, but like at the same time, like I don't want if my wife doesn't have to be in the workplace, she have to work. She shouldn't have to do that, because
Right.
I need somebody at home taking care of the kids. I don't want to be paying for daycare and have my kids with some fucking stranger that I don't know, that I see like 10 minutes, probably 10 minutes every day. Like, come on. No, hell no.
Um, I mean I agree that that's the way that ideally a house would work. Um, so I don't really have a rebuttal on that. I just don't. I think that what's happening is like a back and forth effect, because women want to feel equal to men, and then men feel like, okay, well, women are like they're acting
See,
like they don't want to.
this is the thing. And please take this advice. Men, we don't want our women to be competing with us. All right, that's a problem. That's a big problem with a lot of women. They're competing with their man. They're trying to be a man while being in a relationship with a man, and that's a huge problem. We don't want competition. We just want peace. That's
You know,
for the most part. That's what men want, is peace.
I in my experience with men in relationships, anytime that I like to go to the gym, for example.
That's good.
I like to lift. And I my last boyfriend, I could lift a lot more than he could. And it made him feel not what is the word, inferior. And you know, I don't think that because it's making that person feel inferior that I should step down, because that's what I enjoy doing, and that's the way that, like, that's how I
I
get
mean,
all of my,
all I
like,
gotta
that's
say is
a
that
coping mechanism for me.
okay, that's good. That's good, and it's good that you like to work out and keep your body in shape. I mean, most women don't like hitting the gym, but
Also,
what's up?
one more thing, I have never met a man that and in actual real life and went on a date with a man that said that they wanted to have their wife stay at home with the kids. Anytime that I've mentioned something about that, they said that no, you've got to work too. So I don't know. I don't know where people like you live, but
She want me. She want me.
Yeah, I live in Cali. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to come, nah, I'm playing.
in conclusion, I think we both can agree that people that have this mentality are very little. Those are the minority of
Yeah, for
people.
sure.
And I mean, because it's a mentality that's not common and it's not very liked, it's I don't think that it's gonna change. It's probably gonna get a lot worse.
Oh yeah, trust me, it's gonna get a lot worse before it gets better.
Yeah.
And you
So
know,
I think that if you find your person, then you'll be very lucky.
who
You will.
knows if that will ever happen?
Obviously there are women that believe the same way that you believe. So um, I think that you will not. I mean, it's probably not going to be that easy, probably especially in California. But
Fuck no. Just a bunch of 304s on here, man. It's tough. But I'm not really focused on that right now. Like I said, I'm on my purpose. I feel like men in their 20s should focus on themselves, not even be in a relationship. Because honestly, I look at relationships as distractions, and if that woman isn't bringing any value to your life or whatever, is pointless.